Good day everyone, I am Jocelyn of Guhiling and our today is about home economics for grade 6. Content number 1. Management of family resources. Content standard demonstrates an understanding of and skills in managing family resources. Performance standard manages family resources applying the principles of home management. Learning competencies. Number 1. Identifies family resources and needs. Number 1 of 1. List of family resources. Number 1 of 2. List of basic needs and social needs. Number 2. Enumerate sources of family income. Number 3. Allocates budget for basic and social needs such as number 3 of 1. Food and clothing. Number 3 of 2. Shelter and education. Number 4. Prepares feasible and practical budget. What do we mean by family resources? A family's resources include anything tangible or intangible that helps provide for the needs of its members. Like any other resources, these are limited and family members need to work to sustain them. What are the types of family resources? First one, human resources. Second one, material resources. And the last one, non-material resources. What is human resources? Able-bodied member of the family. People who can contribute their time, effort, skills, strength, and expertise. What are the examples of material resources? House and lot, appliances, money, and jewelries. What are the examples of non-material resources? First one, time. Another one, health and experience. Why do we need these different types of resources? First one, we use it in our everyday undertakings. Number 2, we use it to reach our goals. And the last one, we use it so that we can live comfortably and survive. Basic needs of a person: foods, water, and clothing. Another basic needs of a person is shelter, a building or covered place which is made to protect people against natural threats, such as extreme weather and dangerous creatures, and even as security against other human beings. If a place provides shelter, it provides you with a place to stay or live. It also includes rentals and bills such as electricity, water, telephone, and other services that contribute to the physical comfort of one's home. Another basic needs of a human is education. It's the process of facilitating learning or the acquisition of knowledge, skills, values, belief, and habits. Formal education is commonly divided formally into such stages as preschool or kindergarten, primary school, secondary school, and then college, university, or apprenticeship. Education boosts self-esteem, gives the confidence to pursue dreams, and alleviates poverty. It includes tuition fees, books, school supplies, school project, textbooks, and allowances. Example of list of monthly expenses. Creating a budget list helps you manage your money the right way. Content number 2. Sewing of households linens. Content standard. Demonstrate an understanding of and skills in sewing household linens. Performance standard. Sews household linens using appropriate tools and materials and applying basic principles in sewing. Learning competencies. First one, classifies tools and materials according to their use, measuring, cutting, and sewing. Second one, prepares project plan for household linens. Sewing is the craft of fastening or attaching objects using stitches made with a needle and thread. It is easier and more convenient if all the essential equipment are orderly arranged inside your cabinet. Although usually associated with clothing and household linens, sewing is used in a variety of crafts and industries, including shoemaking, upholstery, sail making, bookbinding, and the manufacturing of some kinds of sporting goods. Sewing is the fundamental process underlying a variety of textile arts and crafts, including embroidery, tapestry, quilting, applique, and patchwork. These are some samples of sewing tools: measuring tape, needles, scissors, and many more. Measuring tape is a measuring tool used for taking body measurement to produce well-fitting clothes and pants. This is usually made of cloth or plastic. Needle. A sewing needle is a long slender tool with a pointed tip. The first needles were made of bone or wood. Modern ones are manufactured from high carbon steel, wire, nickel, or gold, plated for corrosion resistance. The highest quality embroidery needles are made of platinum. A needle for hand sewing has a hole, called the eye, at the non-pointed end to carry thread or cord through the fabric after the pointed end pierces it. Another measuring tools is scissors, are types of tools used for cutting thin material which requires little force. Sewing project planner. It means that to approach sewing strategically with purpose, whether you're sewing to create a functional wardrobe or preparing for a special occasion, planning each project helps to promote focus and direction. Content number 3. Food preservation. Defined as the process of treating and handling food in such a way as to stop or greatly slow down spoilage and prevent foodborne illness while maintaining nutritional value, texture, and flavor. Content standard. Demonstrate an understanding of and skills in the basics of food preservation. Performance standard. Preserve foods using appropriate tools and materials and applying the basics of foods. Learning competencies. Explains different ways of food preservation. Second one, uses the tools, utensils, and equipment as their substitutes in food preservation processing. Number 2.1 identifies the tools and equipment. Number 2.2 prepares plant preserving processing food. The next one is the format of preservation. First one is drying or dehydrating food. It is a method of food preservation that removes enough moisture from the food so bacteria, yeast, and molds cannot grow. Example, dried fruits, dried vegetables, dried fish, and many more. Second one is salting. It's the preservation of food with dry edible salt. It is related to pickling in general and more specifically to preparing food with brine that is salty water and is one form of curing. Example, mixed nuts, instant noodles, and many more. Third one is freezing. Method of preserving food by lowering the temperature to inhibit microorganism growth. Example, ice cream, sausages, and many more. The last one is the processing. Is any method used to turn fresh foods into food products. This can involve one or a combination of various processes, including chopping, pasteurizing, freezing, fermenting, packaging, and many more. Example, bread, cakes, ready meals, soft drinks, and many more. Tools and equipment needed for food in preservation. Equipment and tools used in food preservation are classified according to their use, such as measuring, preparing, packing, or canning, or processing. Number 1 is the knife. It's a cutting tool used in paring, peeling, and cutting food. Second one is the mixing bowl. It's used for placing and mixing ingredients. Another one is the tray. It's a rectangular shallow container where ingredients are placed during preparation. The other one is chopping board. It's where food is placed when cut. Number 5, colander. Is where vegetables and fruits are drained. Those are some of the things that we use for preparing food preservation. Another thing is food preservation and guidelines. Use food in season. Number 2, use properly sanitized and appropriate equipment. Number 3, be clean and wear clean kitchen outfit. Number 4, have all the needed ingredients and equipment on hand before starting to work. Number 5, select the best process and method for your product. Number 6, be well organized, systematic, and quick while working. Number 7, follow the recommended time and temperature in the recipe. The last one is seal the jars tightly, put proper labels, and store in a cold, dry place.